Hi everyone, meteorologist Ethan Emery here in the Fox 19 First Alert Streaming Center. We are live wherever you stream, including on the 24/7 weather streaming channel. We're live on fox19.com, the Fox 19 News and First Alert weather apps. We're live on YouTube, and of course we are live on Facebook with the Fox 19 Facebook page, as well as my Facebook page at Ethan Emery WX, where if you have any questions or comments, you can chime in and we'll have a nice conversation here this Saturday evening. Good evening, everybody. Meteorologist Ethan Emery here, and as you can see here, a beautiful evening in store here in Cincinnati. We've got some upper level clouds moving on in, some sunshine filtering through those clouds, but it has been a warmer day compared to the last few days out there, as temperatures are going to warm up as we head on into the first half of the work week. Bit of a roller coaster forecast once again. It's just this time of the year where you see these ups and downs with temperatures, you see the ups and downs with winds, and you see the ups and downs with whether it's going to be dry or wet. It's just kind of how these patterns work this time of the year. If you're around this area long enough, I'm sure you understand what I'm saying. But before we go any further, I want to give you that forecast first, because we are looking at, again, a roller coaster forecast, not to make it sound cliche. But here is the forecast for tonight with your forecast first. Always promising the first couple of minutes to give you that forecast. And you'll see here going into tonight, temperatures will be falling down to around 38 degrees. So we are looking at some cool conditions overnight tonight. And then we go into the day tomorrow. Tomorrow we're looking at a bit more cloud cover. High temperatures getting into those lower 70s. And I will say for tomorrow, there's a small chance for maybe some rain, but it's going to be very light and very few in between. But we go into the work week. Monday might have a slight chance. It's going to be breezy, though, warming up into those mid-70s for both Monday and Election Day Tuesday. Mostly cloudy for them. Then Wednesday, some isolated showers, and that's going to take precedent of the cool down. So again, we're warming on up going into Monday, into Election Day, and then we're cooling back down going into the end of the week next week, into next weekend, and we're looking at those conditions closer to normal for this time of the year. And I do want to preface by saying that I have not looked at the 14-day forecast, so if you're asking for mid-November forecast conditions, I honestly have not looked at it into that much detail. I just got back from a couple of days off, and I'm trying to get myself squared away back into the flow of things, and going to give you that update tonight, and I'll publish that 14-day forecast on our website as well as on my Facebook page. I'll do that as well once I get that recorded and get all that data squared away. But we are looking at those conditions warming up the next few days. And the rain chances are there, but we're not looking at anything heavy at this time. And we'll look at the forecast models and whatnot here in just a couple of minutes. But I do want to show a couple of nice views on some of our cameras here, and we'll take a look at those, look at the current conditions, and then take a moment to look at some of those comments and questions we may have on Facebook, both the Fox 19 Facebook page as well as my Facebook page at Ethan Emery WX. Okay, so the Queensgate camera, somebody moved it, and it's aiming towards what looks like I-75 there, just off of the Harrison Avenue exit and the Ezra Charles exit. I wonder why. I think it might be because of the trees there. Frank might have zoomed it in on the trees because they've been changing color pretty quickly, and a lot of the leaves have fallen off because of those winds the last few days. We saw the Newport Levee camera. This is a gorgeous view, of course. Always a pleasure to see just this camera in general. The Fox 19 tower camera here, you can see again those high thin clouds. You got that filtered sunshine through and casting some beautiful shadows there along the skyline there from the Kroger Tower all the way over to the Duke Energy Convention Center and, of course, Paycor Stadium there. They're off the banks. And then Turfway Park, another gorgeous view. You can see a bit more of those nice red and orange of those trees there. Part of that's also because of the sunshine, but beautiful views nonetheless with those high thin clouds. Our Mount Auburn camera also looks really nice. And then we also will lastly look at our Clovernut Country Club camera, where this big old hickory tree has lost most of its leaves. They're still down on the ground there. And a lot of them probably had fallen since this morning when it was a little chilly out there earlier this morning. But now you can still see even some of those nice colors in those trees in the distance. Looks like we got some nice sugar maple, got some nice of those vibrant yellows and reds There in distance to be some fire bush there along the edge, but really cool sights to see. And the temperatures right now in Cincinnati, 60 degrees. So it has begun to cool down a bit, obviously, as we're getting closer to sunset. But we are looking at temperatures warming up each and every day in this forecast coming up. Let's take a look at radar real quick. So let's begin with composite radar, just because it's so quiet. There's no need to show you the sweeping radar. And we'll just show you here that, again, just a few of those high, thin clouds and nothing more than that. In fact, this camera angle, I'm going to take this full screen because it's really hard to see everything because some of the monitors have been moved around a little bit. But you'll see here we do have a few of those high, thin clouds moving in, especially from the west to the east. So all of this through here is kind of moving in this direction towards Cincinnati. So we are looking at an increase in high-level cloud cover. And as part of the system here, most of the system is actually, if you notice, a lot of this rain is going this way, kind of that general trajectory. And we still have the area of high pressure right in here. It's not a super strong high pressure, but it's there nonetheless. It's kind of what's aiding in bringing us some of that warmer weather from the south. And so we're going to look at the cloud cover moving in with this. So we could see a chance of rain, but I think it's going to be mainly a dry day for your Sunday. Looking fairly warm as well compared to, of course, the last couple of days. But this system will eventually bring us some chances of rain, particularly Tuesday and Wednesday. But right now it looks like most of the activity is going to stay to our west or to our north with that. And we'll show you that forecast model data here in just a moment. Let's look back on today's almanac, the highs and the lows, and then we'll take a pause and look at some of those comments and questions on our Facebook pages, both mine and Fox 19 Facebook page. Today's high, 63. So again, a little bit warmer than yesterday, but not by a lot. Still above normal, not by much though. So this wasn't a bad day. It's nice to have the windows out and kind of enjoy the pleasant feeling of it being November now. And then the morning low was actually right on par we typically see this time of the year, 39 degrees. And it was a pretty chilly start to the day. So with that, let's take a pause here. Let's look at some of those comments and questions on our Facebook page. We'll begin with Jeff. It says, hello, hope you're having a great day. Yeah, so far, Jeff, can't complain. Yeah, pretty good day so far. Got to do a lot of organizing and catching up, of course, just because I was off on Thursday and Friday. Usually my Thursdays are my days where I plan and get things organized and squared away, but did get a chance to do that. Susan says, good evening. Good evening to you as well. Look at my Facebook page real quick, at Ethan Emery WX. All right. I don't see any comments there, so we'll go ahead and move on. So what we'll do here is look at some of those temperatures and winds, because the winds will be increasing going into next week, particularly Tuesday, as that frontal system does make its way through the region. So temperatures now are in those upper 50s and low 60s. So it's 57 over towards Lebanon, also into Wilmington, 55 into Batesville, Indiana. We got 60 at the Lunken Airport, Hamilton, Batavia, CVG, warm spot down in Falmouth at 61, Harrison and Richmond, Indiana, both at 59 degrees. And there's no point in showing the dew points, not a concern at this point going forward, unless we're tracking for any threats of storms. And again, right now, I'm not foreseeing that. The winds right now, though, not too bad, 5 to 10 miles per hour maybe. Gusts, not much of any at this point. But let's take a look at some of those forecast models here in a moment. Let's see here as it loads. The computer's running a little slow here this evening, but doing good here. All right. So we go into tonight. Again, we've got some of those high, thin clouds rolling on through. But still, overnight lows will fall down into the upper 30s and low 40s. But not going to fall down as quickly as they did last night. The high, thin cloud cover, I think, is going to provide a little bit of limiting the temperatures from dropping out too much. We go into Sunday morning. Temperatures will be in those 40s, quickly warming up Sunday afternoon in the low 70s. Notice the cloud cover, though. We are looking at increasing clouds. And as I was showing you on radar, a lot of that rain activity was moving to the northeast. This model is showing that. You see a lot of it right here, over towards Muncie, up towards Fort Wayne, Indianapolis. And most of this actually misses the Fox 19 viewing area completely. However, I can't rule out maybe a stray chance for areas to the north and west of I-71. But I think most of us will remain dry for your Sunday. We go into Sunday night into Monday, mostly cloudy. So pretty mild night for your Sunday night. Monday morning, waking up with temperatures. Well, look at that. Anywhere from the low 50s to our east to the upper 50s and low 60s to our west. So a pretty mild night for your Sunday night into your Monday morning. We go into Monday, though, during the day. Again, more clouds than sun, but sunshine will be filtered on your Monday. It does look dry now at this point for Monday. We go into Tuesday. Tuesday morning starts off dry according to this particular forecast model, and warm. We're all looking at morning low temperatures Tuesday morning in the upper 50s into the low to mid 60s. And then Tuesday, as the day goes on, well, the model ends there. But do note that Tuesday early afternoon, temperatures are warming up very quickly in the mid to upper 70s. So very warm air. We are looking at a little bit of an increase in the dew points, which will allow for rain and even a few thunderstorm chances to develop Tuesday night going into the day on Wednesday. Now, I need to go into this forecast model. And we got to go through here, make a couple of changes real quick. Hasn't been updated in a few days, so we just want to make sure that we update it correctly. Let's see here. All right. So, sorry, you're seeing me work live on the air at this moment. Okay, cool. So we're good. So most of the activity, notice, for this weekend is kind of staying to our west and moving north. We go through Monday. Monday looks dry. We go into Tuesday. Tuesday starts off dry, but then Tuesday evening, that front begins to kind of swing itself down into the Fox 19 Now viewing area. I think most of the Tuesday during the daytime hours will be dry. Now, Tuesday night, we are looking at scattered showers and some thunderstorms. And note that the line of rain, it looks pretty impressive with all that dark green and yellow. Something I've noticed, though, is when you look at what happened on Halloween, it rained, but it wasn't as much rain as the forecast models were suggesting, even a day out in advance. So I think what's happening here is this model might be overdoing this rain yet again. So I do think we'll see the potential for maybe a moderate downpour at best, but this will be something that happens overnight, so it's not going to be as impactful to any plans. So I'm not foreseeing a first alert weather day for Tuesday night into Wednesday, unless, of course, you're a ballot worker counting your votes and super, super late. But even then, though, it rains in November at some point. So here's Tuesday night. You'll see that front slides on through. And it is going to bring in some gusty winds. I do want to highlight that. We'll show you that in the forecast models here in just a little bit. But note, we got some showers, maybe a few rumbles of thunder Tuesday night into Wednesday morning. So Wednesday morning commute does look a little wet and a little breezy. But then we go through Wednesday midday and Wednesday afternoon. The rain chances will decrease. And then we go into Wednesday night into Thursday. Looking at some cloud cover, maybe some very light rains, perhaps some drizzle for your Thursday morning. And then we go into Thursday night into Friday. We've got partly to mostly cloudy skies. And then going into next weekend, November 9th and 10th, we could be looking at some isolated to widely scattered showers and perhaps a few rumbles of thunder. So we are looking at more rain chances moving in, going into the end of next week. So Wednesday and Thursday, some chances of rain. And then also going into Saturday, some chances of rain for then. And also, I want to remind you, don't forget, tonight, we fall back 1 hour. We are going to, or daylight saving time is ending tonight. So what that means is that we fall back an hour, you gain an hour of sleep. I know it's kind of confusing saying you lose but you gain. There's always a loss and a gain at some point with something like that. So we got standard time coming up tomorrow. So the sunset is going to be much earlier. I personally like saving time, or I personally like standard time myself. So an earlier sunset is by no means a problem for me. But for those of you who want to have more sunshine in the afternoon, you're not going to like tomorrow nearly as much as you do this evening. And we'll show you that graphic here in a moment about daylight saving. But first, I want to highlight the winds because this is something I brought up a moment ago. So this weekend, no issues. Monday, we are looking at wind gusts maybe around 25, 30 miles per hour. We go into Tuesday, though, ahead of that front. So Tuesday afternoon, gusts could get as high as 30 to 35 miles per hour. We go into Tuesday night as the front swings through. Not a huge concern, but winds could get around 30 miles per hour. So looking at a breezy Monday afternoon, looking at a breezy Tuesday, and then also breezy Tuesday night into Wednesday as that cold front moves through. Now behind the front going into Wednesday, winds, not an issue. Winds also not a huge issue for Thursday. And then going to the end of the week, really no issues then either. So any day that looks pretty breezy, it's going to be Monday and Tuesday. And when it comes to rainfall for the chances that arise on Tuesday and Wednesday, I haven't seen this particular model yet. But yeah, see, I think it's overdoing it. It looked really pronounced on that model. I would say cut these figures in half, and that might be more of a realistic approach with this. So I would say anywhere from 1/10 of an inch of rain to 1/2 an inch of rain at this point looks to be the best case scenario. This right here might be a bit overdone on the forecast model data. So that rain comes in again Tuesday evening. So close, if not after, in fact, with daylight saving time ending, I would say after sunset Tuesday and through Tuesday night into Wednesday morning, chances of rain moving on in. And it's going to allow temperatures to cool down after Election Day. So Election Day looks pretty warm. High of 75 degrees for then, mostly cloudy. We've got those temperatures again cooling down behind that front. Wednesday, isolated showers and a high of 66, partly cloudy Thursday. Friday, also partly cloudy. And then I'm going to add some rain chances for Saturday now. It looks like there are better opportunities for rain by next Saturday. And temperatures do look to be a little bit cooler, though, with a high of 56 degrees. I'll take a pause here for a moment and see if we have any additional comments or questions on the Fox 19 Facebook page. On the Fox 19 Facebook page, we don't have any new comments. It looks to be just Jeff and Susan. But I'll look at my Facebook page real quick to see if you have any comments there. I don't see any comments there, although I do see a couple of mentions. I don't know if it's our internet here or if it's... I think it is our internet because it was not loading. There we go. Sarah says, "Hey, Ethan, hope you're having a good night. So far, can't complain." That's the only additional comment, though, I see. Okay, go back to the Fox 19 Facebook page. Rachel asking, anything else looking severe? No, fortunately for us here in the Tri-State, I don't see anything severe in our forecast. Maybe some rumbles of thunder, and that would be for Tuesday night into Wednesday morning. But otherwise, though, I don't foresee any kind of activity that could indicate anything strong or severe. If you're looking for anything strong or severe, you need to look further west over towards, I want to say, Iowa, northern Missouri. I think Kansas, Oklahoma did have some indicators from the Storm Prediction Center, but I don't look into those areas as much in detail just because we got a lot on our plates here at Fox 19 for the Tri-State itself. But I will say for any kind of strong or severe activity, we're not seeing anything like that for us here in our viewing area. So basically from Decatur County, Indiana, up to Fayette County, Indiana, all the way to Clinton County, Ohio. I don't see anything, even in this region really, of any indicators of strong or severe storms. So, Rachel, we're good. No first alert weather days, no indicators of strong storms, nothing of that matter. But I do look at updating this forecast. I am going to change to show rain Tuesday night, on and off showers Wednesday, mainly for the morning hours. Thursday could have a chance for a few light showers, and then Saturday also some scattered showers. But tomorrow, just a lot of cloud cover, maybe a sprinkle if you live out to the west. So if you're in Greensburg, if you're in Batesville, Laurel, Indiana, Connorsville, Brookville Lake, those areas, you might see a sprinkle. Now Monday, it looked like there was a slight chance. I'm going to scrub that. I think we're dry on Monday at this point. It looks like a little breezy. Tuesday also looks breezy and pretty warm. And during the daytime hours, it does look dry. But then Tuesday night, we got showers moving in and even a few rumbles of thunder. That'll linger into Wednesday, and that'll bring in some cooler air. Winds will no longer be an issue Wednesday through Saturday, and temperatures do look to stay on the cool side through the first half of next weekend. So that is the 7-day forecast. If you're heading to the Bengals game, again, I think we're going to be dry, and it is against the Raiders, the Las Vegas Raiders. Temperatures by halftime will be in the upper 60s. And it says sunshine, but it's going to be filtered sunshine. Keep that in mind. And that slight chance, I think, is no longer in the picture at this point. So I think, again, we're looking at just filtered sunshine tomorrow. Pretty warm day, getting to those upper 60s and low 70s, and hopefully a Bengals win. So that is what we've got for the Bengals game day forecast for tomorrow. As your Bengals flagship station, we've got to give you that Bengals forecast. And there's also an away game Thursday against the Ravens. We have a graphic for that, but this far out, I have not updated everything on that graphic to show all that. Of course, we've got to focus week by week. We got the game tomorrow here at home, so we got to focus on that first before we pay attention to the Ravens, an AFC North rival game for next Thursday. So Rachel, answer your question. Thank you for tuning in, by the way. Susan says, beautiful evening outside here. Yeah, it is a beautiful evening. It feels pretty nice. A very nice, normal feeling early November. Jeff said, I should be outside working, but I'm watching football, relaxing. Hey, sometimes you got to treat yourself. You don't ever, there are times we can be hard on ourselves and think that we're not doing enough, and there's times when you need to relax a little bit and enjoy yourself and, find that hobby you like watching a football game. Jeff asking, any snow soon? No, unfortunately, it's just been too warm for snow for us here in the Tri-State. Don't see it in the next 7 days at least. Susan saying, sitting in the backyard watching. Hey, thank you, Susan, for making 19atSIX part of your viewing while you're outside. No other comments on my Facebook page. So I think we're going to go ahead and conclude things because I got to get some stuff prepped up for our show tonight. I believe we are going on late on Fox 19. I can't say that for certain. The programming guide has been a little, how do I word this? It's very vague, but we are scheduled to go on late, but I don't know how late. I'm assuming 30 minutes, but we might be on between 10:30 and 11. I don't know for certain at this point, but what I can say is that if you can't watch us then, of course, we always got you covered on Fox19.com, the Fox 19 News and First Alert Weather apps. We've also got you covered on the 24/7 Weather Streaming channel. I'll be updating a video for that shortly. And, of course, if you are going to go to bed soon, maybe the early sunsets are getting to you, and maybe you want to get that extra hour of sleep in, just because it's been one of those weeks. Well, you can do that, and then you can wake up tomorrow morning between 7 and 10 a.m. with our lovely weekend crew, giving you the latest First Alert forecast update, latest news, and, of course, all your sports highlights. So with that, thank you all so much for joining us. Have a wonderful evening, and let's take a gander at this beautiful view on our Newport Levy camera looking towards downtown Cincinnati with that setting sun and high thin clouds. So tomorrow we got some mostly cloudy skies, but sunshine will be filtered through, and high temperatures will be in the upper 60s and low 70s. More details at fox19.com/weather. And again, thank you all so much for joining us. Have a wonderful Saturday evening.